guys, welcome to episode 2 of CMA Brain Quiz.
Hello.
Say hi everyone. Alright, for the second episode, we'll be talking about and questioning you all about resume. So in conclusion, you all know what is a resume, right? It's an important tool for your job search because it offers a page or two where you can display your top qualities and top skills. So, are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Okay, so we start with Team A first. So, in your opinion, how can you have the advantage in your resume or over other applicants? So, anyone who wants to answer?
Okay. I start then Audrey and Shireen support behind. Okay. All right. In my point of view, we should tailor to the industry and the job we are applying for. So, and we need to understand what the hiring manager is looking for. So that's why it would be relevant when they read on your CV, and you need to spotlight your key skills, and also you need to focus on your accomplishment. Okay, Sekian.
You may want to just focus on not on fancy fonts, just make it as professional as you can, because the content matters most. It's not your fancy fonts or you are trying to show your design skills. It's more of the content. Lastly, I think it would be as research has to be done on the company. Basically, you have done your research and you know the background of the company and you know what is required in that industry. So you can actually showcase what you could actually offer to the company. I guess that's about it from me. Shri?
Also, very importantly, is to have a presentable professional picture, because sometimes when the interviewer has so many resumes, the first thing is the photo that attracts. Secondly, a lot of interviewers also look into your LinkedIn profile right now. So you might want to also update your LinkedIn profile and make sure it is really up to date, because interviewers do research you online nowadays. So beware what you put online also. That's part of my resume.
All right, time's up. So,
Okay.
Team B, are you ready?
They cover everything already.
Yeah.
What to say?
You already answered
No
everything.
need already lah.
Yay, 100 points, 100.
Right. So for Team B, in my opinion, I think that the layout of your resume should also be a factor. Because if you just type like from head to tail in like a very linear line, it's very boring to see. So if you put your layout nicely, macam ada color coding sikit ke, so it's easier to track which section that they want to read about your resume. That could be like your achievement, one section, then your experience on one section, so things like that.
Okay, to add Faiz's point, because Sabrina's question was how to make it attractive. Like she said, usually they only took like 7 seconds to read our resume. So I don't think, no offense to Team A, I don't think they will notice like every single detail there. So I fully support Faiz's point, which is make the layout, because that is the first thing that they look at. Layout is neat, and then it doesn't look too lengthy. If it's too lengthy, maybe they only have 7 seconds, so they will like, nope. So if it has a nice layout, they know where to find. They just want to know, I only want to know this person's background in this area, so they know where to find it, and that makes it attractive for them to notice your resume. Clarice?
So after the 7 seconds to look at the layout, then after that will be the job description. I mean, your experience, the content will be the next focus from the hiring manager. So so my opinion is to respond directly to the job description, where hiring manager have specific ideas about what skills and experience the candidates need to do well in open position. And I think the resume should mirror the description they have included in their listing or advertisement. So the most captivating resume is the one that seems to match all the requirements, including necessary technical skill, working experience, degree or certification. If let's say the previous work experience is not relevant, to the job description, then we will need to get creative and frame our current skills set as being transferable into a new role.
Okay, actually,
Basically, kita dah plan.
both team have given such good answers actually. So it's hard for me to make decisions. So I'll
Stop.
give...
Stop.
Okay, so for the first question, I'll give team A 50 and team B 55. Just because
extra.
they have answered the questions actually about what makes your resume attractive in the first place. Question 2, resumes should not be lengthy, right? And then you have mentioned about the content. So tell me, what are the important contents that should be in the resume, and what's the unnecessary contents that should be that you have experienced before? Because not all things you should dump in the resume. Since team B wins the first round, so team B, go ahead. What should ada dalam resume, what should not?
Okay.
Tak perlu ada.
I read somewhere that if you have to tell them that you're good in this, for example, I want to say I'm independent, right there, then there's a chance that you're not independent. So that's not how you put it. You're supposed to put it based on your accomplishments. So it's better if you put accomplishments rather than responsibilities, because sometimes people like to say like, previously I handle a team of 500 and blah blah blah, but then how good do you handle it? So that's what you should put in the resume. So and then sometimes earlier from previous question, they say that we should only mention those that is relevant to the job. However, if it's not relevant, for example, my own background is not relevant to what I'm doing right now, I can always highlight which part of my background that is related to it. For example, I took dietetics, which is completely different than social media. Then maybe while I was doing dietetics, I communicate a lot with people, so that makes me good in public relations, for example, something like that. Faiz, Clarice?
I would think references or testimonial is another good way to prove that your skill and experience is what the employer is looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
As for me, I think you can leave out unrelevant information and achievements based on the companies that you apply for and based on the job. So you only keep most important thing you need to keep is your track record of achievements and highlighted experience tu je.
Team A, counter-attack.
You would also want to add in your probably your CSR activities that you have done. What has it done for you? So how have you benefited from there? So those are some things that they give a spotlight to your other skills besides what you are currently doing that you can offer to the organization. You may want to also put in, like, for example, a summary cover letter, or you also may give them one summary cover letter that gives them the whole understanding of who you are. All right, and then you have that resume behind that supports your cover letter. So which I feel that is helpful for a lot of hiring managers to understand who you are.
Okay, I will start. Audrey has mentioned it so well, and so did team B. But okay, for me, the resume must be very customized to what you are applying. So back to asking a question with another question. When you want to buy or engage a service of somebody, what would you do? You will go and check online right now, right? So I like to encourage all the fresh graduates now and those parents who have young kids, make sure your kids don't simply put garbage online on social media, because that is one place, besides when your resume looks really good, there is one place that employers go and check. Because when it comes to referrals right now, like Team B said, referrals, right? There is way to complot with your ex management. If you have a good relationship there and you didn't perform well, sometimes people are just kind and not put sand into other people's rice bowls, so they will support you. So I don't find the referrals to be very strong anymore. But what's your social media actually tells who you are and your attitude, because attitude is everything. Skills can be learned. That's the other area that hiring managers will go and check now, social media. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally agree with Shireen and Audrey, because especially on LinkedIn profile, that's actually very professional. Okay, and nowadays, like everyone will really go and check online first. And another thing that I would like to add on is we should make our hyperlink all clickable, so it's easier for them to search in your resume if it's in a soft copy lah, right? And also on your career progression, I felt that's a very important part, so that because I think this is the few things that they will look into it first. If like in one day they need to look into 100 resumes, and also on the volunteer and other experiences that you have, to let them see what's the value added that you can provide to the company. Yeah, so I think that's all from me. Thank you.
All right.
Susahnya soalan ni.
You all are so good. I don't know how to give marks. It's quite a new insight that not just only focus on the resume, but how we behave outside of our resume as well, such as the social
The
media.
online presence, is it?
Yes,
That one
online
was like, whoa,
presence.
mind
Yeah.
blown.
Okay, so team A, I'll give you 50 marks again. And from team B, I'll give you 45. So
Great.
basically that makes you a tie.
Hi, man.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Pressure. Last question.
Last question.
Sean.
Okay, last questions. Since you guys have heard about these services online, currently it's quite popular actually in my platform in university, where you can hire people to do your resume for you. So what do you think of these services? Should it be done? I mean, what are the consequences of your taking other people to do your resume? So your thoughts. So since team A wins the last round, so team A.
I leave it to you.
Has it started?
Yes.
Yes, you.
I don't agree on outsourcing resume. You can outsource training, you can outsource your payroll, you can outsource a lot of things, but resume comes from the heart. You are putting what you experience and you go through, like Nina said just now. You don't just put what you have done, but what you experienced, what you did in that role. Only you can answer those. So my thoughts are, no, you should do the resume yourself. Yeah.
Any additional from the team?
I totally concur with Shireen.
Yeah.
Put your authenticity all in writing, coming out from your heart. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so
Be true to yourself. Don't go and adorn it with some other people's profile and make it like
Yes.
yours. So you're not
Yeah.
speaking who true you are.
Correct.
Yes.
And when it comes to templates,
Yeah.
you can easily find it online. You even have it on Microsoft Word. You have templates. And you can always go to a third party to get an idea whether a template is catchy, if it's nice, but not to do it.
Yes, because this is still our own personal stuffs, so we know ourselves well. Comparing, even if like you pass everything to others and they help you to convey out, but sometimes there's still something that if like written out by yourself, it will be really different lah. Like what Shane said, like yeah, true from your heart lah. Yeah, the passions. Yes, right. Yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, team B, your last chance.
Okay, 2
Can I
minutes.
just say I agree with Shireen and Team A?
Okay, maybe you
I
can
don't
come up
have a
with
counterpoint. Clarice, do you have a counterpoint or like additional point?
Actually, I agree with Team A also. Because the reason being is, if let's say the resume is come out from others people's hand, So it will make it like very outstanding. But what if you got the opportunity to go for an interview and the way you speak, the physical present is not at the same level as your resume? What will happen?
Exactly.
What would happen?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's my point of view regarding
Mhm.
this.
Yeah, I agree with Clarice. I also think it's okay to hire a third party to do a resume for your first time, but you do not submit that one. The reason why it's okay because so at least you get the idea of layouts, the choice of words to use. So because now there's so many fancy terms, right? So let's say like even cleaners now have like a very fancy term to sound very professional. So it's good to have those kind of sources, and it's good to purchase it from them because they are professionals. They do that for a living. So you can base your own resume based on the one that you purchase, but never submit the one that you purchase lah.
Really? Team A, do you have anything to say to that? Do you want to counter? Last chance.
All good.
Okay, done ya?
Counter nanti tak bagus. We love them too much to counter.
Alright, so time. So team A, I'll give you 45 marks, and team B,
Strong.
I'll give you 35 marks.
Ooh.
Alright, so team A wins.
Menang.
Congrats team A.
Thank you.
Well done, Team A.
Thank you. Thank you,
Both
May and
winners.
Audrey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shireen.
Yay.
Thank you, Team B.
Yeah, not bad. We not bad.
Team B.
I will have your
Thank you, the
champion.
host.
Indeed,
Thanks,
did very,
Sabrina.
very well.
Thanks,
Yes.
Okay, so thank you team A, team B. It was such a great session for today. So maybe we'll see you again next week. So stay tuned guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.